LDBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, I want y'all to take a ride with the coach. Take a ride with the coach, because the coach finna go ahead and I'm finna talk to you, Angela Hill. I'm finna talk to you. You see, I'm 100% sure now that many of these ladies, they watch my videos. They may not comment, but they'll watch it. And I'm gonna tell you something, Angela. This is gonna be a message for you. You see, Angela Hill, you got seemingly that's coming up on the horizon, the biggest fight of your career. You got the biggest fight bar none of your career, and you're finally back in the UFC. And Angela, you know what? You've had a lot of turmoil. You know, you've had some frustrations. You've had some setbacks. And it just seems like, you just got to the UFC yesterday, and for some reason, you don't understand why you got cut. And it don't even seem like you lost that much. But I tell you what, Angela, life is not fair. You got people still in the UFC with multiple losses, but they still there. Because we know why those people are there, Angela. They're there so the top stars, that the names that they try to push, we know that they want those stars to have wins on their resume. So they put these stars in there against these fighters that's got multiple losses, but they're still in the UFC. And you're shaking your head. And Angela, you're wondering why these fighters are in the UFC. And I've heard it in your voice. You want to know why they're in the UFC. And you took to Twitter. And you took to Twitter many times and you were crying. And you were upset. Because you're a very emotional woman. You're very emotional, Angela. But the coach is here to tell you right now, stop your crying. Stop your crying. Because have no fear. Your strong will is here. You see, Angela, you're about to face Jessica Andrade, and Jessica Andrade is a beast. She's a Brazilian beast. And I can tell you right now, without a shadow of a doubt, she's going to bring that fight. And it's going to take everything you got. It's going to take everything in your body to deal this girl a loss. It's going to take everything. Because she is going to keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. And Angela, you're going to have to step out. And you're going to have to step on faith. And you got to trust your coaches. You got to trust your team. You got to trust. But you got moreover, you got to trust yourself. So you got to trust yourself that you got the skill set to defeat this girl. You got to trust yourself. You can't worry about what people think, because the odds are not against you. You got a bigger, stronger girl who's big, strong, and if she grapples you, many of her opponents, it is over for them. And if that happens and if she grabs you, I'm going to tell you what you do, Angela. Stand up like a champion. Get in that octagon. And don't let her bring the fight to you. You take the fight to her. You get in that octagon. That's your octagon. That's not her octagon. And she can't mess with you on any level. And that's the mindset that you need to have, Angela. That's the mindset that you need to have. Because see, when you have that mindset, when you have that particular mindset, then there is nothing. And the coach means nothing. There's nothing that Jessica Andrade is going to be able to do about it. And I'll tell you this right now. You take your skill set, but you take your heart. You take your heart on that sleeve. You take your heart and you go in there. And you go in there like a champion. And you go in there and you take the fight there. You get in her face. And you make it a rough and tough, a tumble affair. You make it rough. You make it rough. And I guarantee you, somebody got to give. Somebody got to give way. And it's going to be her if you keep pressing your will. You put your will. You dominate her with your will. You're not worried about if she this Brazilian nightmare. You're not worried about that. You go in there and you alter the plans of destiny. You alter your future. You alter the plans of destiny. Because the destination of the UFC, they want to build this girl as a terror. And they're going to let her compete for that strawweight title against Joanna Jędrzejczyk real soon. You got to alter those plans, and you got to be the one that's going to end up fighting for the title after you beat Jessica Andrade. Because if you beat her, let me tell you something, you're going to move up the rankings. And I'm telling you what, you're going to move up more than one spot. You're going to move up about 5 spots. You might even move up 6 or 7 spots, because you're going to beat the beast, the Brazilian beast. If you defeat her, everything that you want, doors will start to open up. And it'll be a true testament of your skill set. But you stand up like a champion. You fight like a warrior. And you win. And you win. And in victory, you raise your hand because you have faith. You have faith in yourself. You have faith in your trainers. You have faith in your corner. You got faith in your loved ones. Because your loved ones and your trainer and your faith in yourself, they not gonna let you down. And when the going get tough and you feel like you ain't gonna win, you remember what the coach told you. Stand up like a champion, because ain't no better champion than the champion that you feel in yourself. You got to understand and know that you are more than average. You gotta understand this. When you wake up in the morning, while you jumping rope, you think about taking a fight to Jessica Andrade. When you up in your bed and when you finally can rest your head at night, you dream about taking out Jessica. You gotta want to go and take Jessica out. That's what you're gonna have to do. Because Jessica not gonna play nice. She not gonna come in there and understand that your name is Angela Hill. You gotta go in there and make this girl know your name. And as you hit her, you know who I am. Elbow. You know who I am. Takedown. Do you know who I am? Who am I? Kick to the solar plexus. Who am I? You know who I am. I am Angela Overkill Hill. That girl gonna know your name. Every elbow, every knee, every kick to the solar plexus, every head kick. You make that girl know your name. You make her know your name. You make her respect your game. Because she ain't gonna respect it. You gotta impose your will upon her and make her respect you as a fighter. And you get in that octagon and you do what needs to be done. I realize sometimes on Twitter you was on there crying. This ain't no time for crying on Twitter. This ain't no time. And I know you're an avid video game player, Angela. This ain't time for playing video games. No, no, no. This ain't time for drinking coffee at Starbucks. This ain't time for donuts. It's time for you to get back, to go and be the aggressive person. Be Overkill. You said your name is Overkill. Well, you beat her down until the referee said that's it. You're beating her unnecessarily. That's overkill. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube. And I'm going to say that every chance I get. I'm done. Subscribe.